Gentlelady yields back. The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'm glad it was brought up, the so-called Trump Muslim ban, because it gives me a chance to set the record straight. Let's be clear, the 7 countries that my colleague was referring to, the 7 countries specifically targeted with travel restrictions in Executive Order 13769, they were actually countries that were determined by Congress and the Obama administration to be countries of particular concern for terrorism activity pursuant to the Visa Waiver Improvement and Terrorist Travel Prevention Act of 2015. In fact, the policies in the administration's travel restrictions apply to just 8% of the world's Muslim population, and according to Pew Research Center, only cover one of the top 10 countries in the world with the largest Muslim population, that country being Iran. The courts even found that Trump's travel ban was, and I quote, facially neutral toward religion, end quote. The court also ruled that Trump, quote, set forth a sufficient national security justification, end quote. So I thank my colleague for giving me the chance to put in the record the truth about the so-called Trump ban. Mr. Speaker, let's talk about something that the American people are focused on right now. Thanks to the Biden energy crisis, Americans are paying 56% more for a gallon of gas, 56% more. In Pennsylvania, families are facing a 50% increase in their energy bills. Biden's war on fossil fuels continues to devastate the nation this holiday season. That's why, Mr. Speaker, if we defeat the previous question, I will personally offer an amendment to the rule to immediately consider H.R. 6235, the Strategic Production Response Act. This legislation would require the Secretary of Energy to develop a plan to increase oil and gas production on federal lands if the president uses the Strategic Petroleum Reserve for non-emergency reasons. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to insert the text of my amendment into the record, along with any extraneous material, immediately prior to the vote on the previous question.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.